It's really good. Hopefully, you guys are doing great. Hopefully, you guys are doing amazing. You know me, I'm doing all right. What's going on, my guys? Homegirls? So, today's topic I wanted to talk to you guys about was man, is this an AI bubble? What's going on with this? Okay, like, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to all of the stuff that's happening in the market, right? Now you might say, why should you care about these things? Why should you pay attention to it, right? Um, and to be honest with you, is because we are in tech. Okay, if you are a developer or somebody looking to learn how to code and you're trying to get into this game, you want to be paying attention to what's happening in the tech industry. So it's no secret that OpenAI, which is the company that created ChatGPT and basically kicked off this whole AI boom, right? They're the leaders and the number ones in this space of AI, right? When it comes to, the chat, now with Sora, right? I think Sora is so much better than Google's VO3. So yeah, so this company is huge. Now, what's really interesting to me is that this is the leading company, right? That's holding that banner for AI, but there's a lot of like shady business going on in that whole AI space. So, for example, right, um, OpenAI is investing into companies, and those companies are investing back into OpenAI, which makes no sense at all because in reality what they're doing is like they're washing and inflating the numbers in a sense. Okay, so for example, if I go in and I have a business, right, and I say, well, I don't know, I sell mangoes, okay, and my mangoes cost $10 or whatever, right, but somebody else, let's say MJ, who's here live with me, goes in and he says, well, Joe, I got a company that we create bags. Okay. So then now I go in, I pay MJ for the bag so I could sell my mangoes. Okay. And then now there's another company that is a supermarket, right? And MJ goes in and says, you know what? I'm going to invest in Publix because Publix, right, can help my business grow, which is like, I don't know, selling bags to the store, right? And then they go in and Publix comes back and gives me the same money that I gave to MJ for his bags, right? So in a sense, it's like a big big 360 scheme. And what's crazy is that they'll be like, well, we're profitable, or hey, we're making X amount of dollars. But in reality, what they're doing is just passing the same money around. And everybody thinks it's like, oh my God, they're making so much bread with the stock market. But in reality, not even just the stock market, but people are investing into this company expecting like, okay, OpenAI is getting $100 billion and they have enough money to pay Oracle. And then Oracle could pay NVIDIA. NVIDIA could come in and pay back OpenAI. Like, it's like a whole big circle. And right now, most of these companies are not profitable at all. Like, everything that's happening with this whole ecosystem is crazy because you know I was reading in an article that there's some data centers that are eating, well, the data centers that they're building right now, right, in the near future. Okay, they're already building them, it's just a matter of time, right? um they're basically eating up, or it's going to be able to eat up and use as much as 100,000 homes. One data center, right, is going to be able to use as much electricity as 100,000 homes. Now, I'm paying attention to all of this stuff, especially here in Florida, for example. Like, I give you a great example. Like, electricity here is crazy high right now. Okay, just in the last home that I had, I was paying $700 a month in electricity. And I was watching somebody, I think they were on YouTube or TikTok, one of the two, right? And they were explaining how having these data centers nearby is raising the electric prices, or raising the electricity prices for everyone around them. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, all of this shit seems like such a big scam. And again, I love AI. I love using AI, ChatGPT. I use it for a lot of cool stuff, like Claude, Cursor, and a bunch of other stuff, right? And generating images, videos, etc. It's very useful, but at what cost? You get what I'm saying? Like, if we're gonna have to go in and now pay for this shit, not only do we have to pay for it on a monthly subscription, let's say you sign up to ChatGPT, it's 20 bucks a month, but then now ChatGPT got a fucking data center nearby where you live, and now your electricity is $300. So technically, you're not paying just you know your $20. You're paying the $20 plus the $150 that now your electricity went up on. You know what I'm saying? And then the fact that they're not even profitable, and the government's going in and putting money behind them and just giving them, the green light of like, hey, just do whatever you want to do with this thing, okay, with no repercussions, no safe words, no nothing. You get what I'm saying? Like, this should be a safe word. Like, when the AI is going too crazy, just say, I don't know, say tacos. Like, say, whenever the AI hears tacos, it chills. There's no safe word, which is crazy. So there's a lot of shit going on, man. Now, I don't know if if this is a bubble or not. Let's see what happens. I mean, it's so new that in reality, like, we don't even know like what's gonna be the long term effects, or what's gonna happen with this whole thing at all. Like, we don't even know. But let's see what happens. I mean, I'm hoping for the best. You know what I mean? If not, we're gonna be in here greasing up the robot's neck, putting putting that oil. The robot's gonna be like, "Yo, I need some oil right here," and you're gonna see Joe right here. Click, 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 click. Put the oil on the robot, yo. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen, bro. I just know that we gotta be part of it, okay? Because there's right now, this is a wealth transfer, man. This is a crazy wealth transfer right now. And if you're not part of it, you're not in the tech industry, or you're not investing into some of these companies, right? You're gonna be left behind like crazy. So I wanted to come in and talk to you guys about that, because I said, you know what, man, there's a lot of shit happening with this AI space, and a lot of people are not even paying attention to it. You gotta pay attention. Shout out to everybody that's in here, man. Chet 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 says, MJ, similar to FTX. Yes. Right? Remember when, what was the guy's name? Sam Freeman or some shit like that? He was scheming. He was scheming with the crypto. He's like, yo, this company's worth X amount of money. In reality, it wasn't worth shit. Shit is crazy. Let me see. Richmond Fusu says, "Hey Joe, Richmond here from Ghana. We back at it again. That intro's a whole mood for me. Yeah, man. Chit, 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 chit." Let me see. How the market treating you? Volatility is crazy right now. Yeah, man. Today was kind of crazy. I had a, how you call this? I had a $500 L today with the stock market. Stock market Thursday, Fridays is garbage, man. I don't even know why I trade on Thursdays and Fridays. It's just not worth it. Like, you can't really make no bread on Thursdays and Fridays, because the market's so crazy. Trump goes in, puts a tweet, the shit crashes. Like, Thursdays and Fridays is the worst. But what I did was I went in and I said, you know what? The stock market not doing good. Hey, let's go to futures, right? And when the stock market has no opportunities, they're cool. Let's go to futures and let's go in and jump on, basically shorting NASDAQ. And I got my money back, plus some more. Yeah, this shit is crazy. Like, You can make bread. You can make bread either way. It either goes up or goes down. If you know what you're doing, you can make your money back. Like, I don't know, man. It's freaking crazy. By the way, it's coming through the foundations of trading course. It's coming through. Black Friday, look out for that. Let me see. Reading through here, the good guy says I'm gonna get myself a cyborg can 2050. I like that you have your icon as Clippy from old school Microsoft Windows. Let me see. Reading through here, FW Design says I'm a freelancer creating plugins for WordPress. My sales went down 90% in the 3 months. It's a disaster. Damn, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, no, the game right now, it's crazy, bro. What you have to do right now is, in a sense, you gotta have so many different type of ways to make income, right? Like you gotta have multiple streams right now. It's not just one thing. Like I'll give you an example. Like for years, like on some of my niche websites, I was making like 10 grand minimum a month. That shit dropped last year like crazy. And this year I don't even look at it. Now it's like McDonald's money. It's like money I used to just get the kids McDonald's and shit like that. So yeah, man. So it's crazy. Yeah, that shit is like I think like for like 5, 6 sites that I have left. I sold. Thank God I sold a couple of them, but the ones that's left, like that shit's only bringing like 1,800, 2,000, which is fine. I mean, I don't milk that shit for almost damn near 10 years. So, but I think about it, I'm like, yo, there's a site that I built in like 2013, bro. Like that site till 2023, 24, that shit was bringing in like $3, $4,000 just from one shit that I built in 2013. So at some point, like, yeah, we ate. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't. That's why I don't even complain about my niche websites, cause I ate good. You get what I'm saying? Shit, I was able to go in, use that money to go and build CodingPhase.com. I was able to freaking buy my house, do a million freaking things, like, and that's just from niche websites. You get what I'm saying? I always say this, but a lot of people think like, yo, I was making bread 2017, 2018, 2019. I wasn't making shit with Coding Phase. Like it was bad. Like it was like pro bono. It's like sometimes, and that's why I tell you guys, like sometimes if you start something, you gotta finish it. You know what I'm saying? If you start something, you gotta finish it and just follow it through. Okay? Because once it hits, then you're on. But even with any type of business, like right now, you decide to open up a pizza, I don't know, pizza restaurant or some shit, or hamburgers. You want to make hamburgers for people, right? Um, Initially, you're not gonna make any bread. Initially, that's just how it is because nobody knows your restaurant. Nobody knows if your food is good, right? You have to take that risk. So if I would have quit in 2018, 2019, I wouldn't have seen the growth of coding phase from 2020, 2021, 23, 24, 25. You know what I'm saying? So it took like 3 years to really get it up and running. But thank God I had those niche websites coming in, which, was supplementing my income and all my savings too. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like now I think about it, I'm like, I was like in 2017, 2018, I'm living like I'm earning 100,000, 200,000 a year. But mind you, in reality, I'm only making like 100,000 with business expenses, and then on top of that, I'm just dipping into my savings. But I'm still living like, yo, I'm making 100 something, 200,000, right? Now thinking about it, I'm like, yo, that's just stupid. I should have been going in and be like, yo, living, below my means when I was in like 2017, because the business wasn't even up yet. but I was still good. I'm like, yo, I just got brand new bands. I got a new crib in Connecticut. Fucking, I just popped a kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing all this shit. I'm like, I'm so confident. I'm like, yeah, we gonna make it. We gonna make this shit work. We gonna do what we have to do. I mean, thank God, I followed it through. Most people would have quit. If you go in and you see yourself like, yo, you not profitable for 2 years, you start asking yourself like, yo, am I making the right choice? But also too, I didn't know what I was doing in the beginning. I mean, think about it like this: like I was doing CodingPhase at $5. No one, no one does that shit at $5 for a reason, because it's not profitable at $5. But for me, I was like, yo, nah. If I go in and I help enough people, you know, by word of mouth is gonna, that shit's gonna come back, and it did, But that's when we had to go in and be like, okay, we got to charge the real price, you know, because it just doesn't make sense. $5, that was crazy. And then from there, once we already have built that foundation, and we was doing good. But you gotta go in and take those risks sometime. Let me see, reading through here. How will you go about learning PHP and JavaScript, be better at your job to grow overall as a developer, but at the same time feeling guilty or uneducated using ChatGPT to build my own software as a service? Well, you can use ChatGPT. You can use it's a all thought of like going in and be like, well, I'm not gonna use any tool. No, you would be stupid to not use AI tools. It just makes your life easier. You get to expedite everything. Like I give you an example. If you come to coding phase, right? All of the new courses that I'm teaching, I'm going in and I'm basically showing you how to use AI to help you solve your problems, because you are gonna get stuck. It don't matter. There's no course in the world that when you're learning a new skill that you're gonna be like, I'm gonna get everything in one shot. But what's really cool about AI is that now you could take a course with me where I'm breaking things down. I'm showing you everything, how to get into the game, what skills you got to learn, etc.